My guy, how we doing? So, I haven't really recorded the last few days. It's Wednesday, January 8th by now. I got a confession to make. Over break, I was working hard, but I feel like I wasn't working with intent. Like, I was just doing things to do them instead of having an intention of like behind my workouts, behind my practices. And then thinking more about last game, I was like, why did I play the first half how I did? Like, why couldn't I mentally get engaged? Why did I feel that way? And I was like, well, your focus wasn't there in practice how it should have been the last like 2-3 days before the game. You didn't approach things with the intention that I normally approach it with when I have those good games, you know? Then I was listening to a podcast that I'm gonna put the link in the comments, and it like changed my whole perspective on things again. Why I need to work with an intent, how I need to see things. And for me, this is a lesson because I feel like you're gonna go through periods like this during the season and the off season, but you got to be able to check yourself and catch yourself in those moments. And that podcast kind of did it for me. And now the last 2 days of practice has been like amazing. Like the focus, competitiveness, some of our best practices as a team, some of my best practices personally. So another thing, for example, is like I made going to the sauna a routine every day in the morning. Because I felt like in the games my breathing was off. I was getting tired faster than I normally was, and I think it was partly because I was sick. But for me, it was like, how can I get my conditioning back up or even better than where it was without burning my legs out mid-season? Doing some research, talking to some of my people, my trainers, like, go do sauna because they'll release heat shock proteins, and that'll let you perform at a high conditioning level for a longer time. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go sit in the sauna for 30, 45 minutes every morning with intention, you know? Today is a big game day. I feel like I always say that, but yeah, every game is big. We played a team that's third in the standings. I think they went to the finals last year and lost. They got an ex-EuroLeague player, so that's an exciting challenge. They've lost a couple games that they shouldn't have lost recently. So, I mean, shit, I feel good about it. We prepared good. We had really good 3 days of practice. The vibes are good with the team. I feel like we got an edge and we don't really back down from people. People still don't respect us, but we kind of like that. Personally, I just got to be locked in from the jump. Something weird about the game, though, is they play at home, but they're technically not at home because they're called Grindavik, and in Grindavik is the town where a volcano erupted, and they had to evacuate the whole town, so everybody had to leave their homes, all that, which is kind of sad. And then they relocated to this gym like that's closer to my house than my own gym. It's like 8 minutes away. They play at a second division team's gym, which I like because we already played there. I didn't put this in the vlog, but our cup game, we played Bladovic or something like that. We played at their gym, so they play at their gym too. So I'm already used to the gym. It's a nice gym. They get good crowds. So overall, I think it's gonna be a great day. Let's get it. Beautiful day here today. You know when like it's kind of clear skies or clear skies in Iceland, It don't get prettier than this. Put y'all on some game, man. Before your games, or even a couple times a week, watch your old highlights. It's good for your mind to see how good you were then and how far you've come. And especially like if you're not shooting a great right now, or if you're in a slump, it lets your mind see the ball go in. And I'll be like, shit, I've been doing this for years. So it's gonna come back. That's my tip to you youngest. So, tough loss yesterday. Ended up losing the game, I think, by 9 points. Definitely a very winnable game. But, I don't know, we weren't like competitive like we normally are. We just weren't as locked in, I would say, completely as a team, in my opinion. But, I'm going to always start with myself. If you look at my stats, I had 16, 2-4. Like anybody would say that's a solid game, but for me, I was like after the game, I was like really unhappy about it, which I probably should be more grateful and see things differently, but it's something still like I'm working on. My threes were falling. I hit 3 yesterday, so that was really good. Another thing I say I'll have to learn from, and it'll be like an advice to you guys. I feel like the last 2 games I haven't performed as well, but looking at it, I feel like life has been rushed. Like I've been rushing to everything. I feel like I haven't had enough time to do the things I wanted to do. I've been waking up in a rush. I've been going to sleep later than I normally go to sleep. And I feel like in the games I've been sped up. I haven't played with my pace. Challenge for me in these next 8 days till we play the next game is getting back to where life is at the pace I want it to be at. Where I'm dictating how, like, I want to do this today. I want to achieve this. I'm not just giving out my energy to everything else and running low on time. It's actually something that I learned from Damian Lillard, because after I went to his camp, we would do these calls with him. And he's like, when I'm in my best times and the best flows that I go on, like stretches where I kill, he said is when he's not in a rush. He was like, those times where like I drive up to a traffic light and it's yellow, I don't run it. I just be like, I'm gonna sit at the traffic light, let it be red. I'm not in a rush. And it made so much sense, because if your life is rushed, if I'm rushing to practice, rushing from practice to weight, then I gotta rush because the pool's about to close to do the cold tub. My mind is such in a rush state that no wonder in the game when I'm coming off a ball screen, everything is rushed, because everything off the court is rushed, if that makes sense. So just getting back to that mindset. Another thing I would say is like just not putting too much pressure on myself, or just enjoying the moment. I feel like once I get to a place and like I've kind of get it recognized in some respect from the guys, put that pressure on myself. I'm like having to do better. And I'm like, a year ago I would have been so happy for 16 points, like in college. So like let's just have that grateful attitude and just keep being process oriented, Like when you get caught in the results, it's never gonna be good enough. But if you get caught in the process, it's always things to improve. Like again, like slowing down life, my meditation, watching film. I started watching from one of my coaches. It just all translates. It all translates. But I'm excited for these next week, the preparation, and just gotta keep building, I got to learn to 2 lesser games that still were solid on paper, and now we just gotta keep leveling up. Hey man, something about these lights out here. We walk in the locker room every day, and the lights be turned off, and they don't got a light button. I don't understand it, but today got a little morning workout with my boy Frosty. Gonna do some ball handling, light shooting, then weights, sauna, practice, and then chill for the rest of the day. Early one today. It's about 9 on a Saturday morning, but that's the only time we could get to the gym. So let's get to it. So the gym being used, apparently they got a kids program, and they couldn't let us use a side basket, which is kind of frustrating because there was definitely space for it. But I'm trying to embrace this mindset of allowing things to happen. Good or bad, just allow them to happen. And sometimes you got to ask yourself, what is God protecting me from? Well, he didn't want me to shoot for a reason this morning. So just going to allow it to happen. So now I'm going to hit the World Class. It's this really nice gym we get a membership at, that it's right over the street of our gym. It has a spa too. That's where I go to the sauna. finished out the day. Had to help ref a couple games. They got this alumni basketball tournament, which has kind of been fun to watch, honestly. And then we got a steak dinner. You know, I ain't gonna say no to steak, so. This that shit I'm talking about in Iceland, man. When the ice melts, it's busting your ass season. That's what I call it. But can't take 2 steps without slipping. Ooh. Got back from the tournament. We ended up getting invited to a really nice dinner afterwards with everybody from the alumni group and the boosters. So got to meet a lot of great people. Enjoyed wonderful food. Overall, great day, even though it didn't have a great start. But again, it's the year of allowing. Tomorrow, it's an off day. We're going on a big, big adventure tomorrow. I'm excited about this one.